The hooks with ropes attached were fired from specially designed rocket launchers on the British manned landing craft. The primary mission of the Ranger assault was to capture and disable those long-range cannon, for they were capable of interdicting the landing beaches and of damaging major units of the naval forces. That the cliff-climbing assault succeeded in the face of recurrent bursts of rifle and machine gun fire and dropped potato masher grenades was due in large part to a harassing bombardment of the cliff top by a United States destroyer, the Satterlee, that making repeated passes in less than 20 feet of water under a half mile from shore was able to use all its armament, including machine guns and Bofors, to persuade the defendants to keep their heads down, and the repeated salvos by the large caliber ordnance of the battleship Texas that had preceded the assault had caused huge masses of the cliff face to fall as tailless, that for some shortened the rope climbing ordeal by almost half. Once on top and in control, the Rangers took prisoners, as shown in the Signal Corps photo, but discovered that the as yet incomplete and partly bombardment-destroyed casemates for the cannon were empty, as this photo of the casemate of gun number 4, taken June 7, 1944, shows. The casemates are still there, all damaged to a greater or less degree. Why the identification as number 4 casemate? Here is a sketch as of August 1943, prepared from aerial photos of the fortifications at Pointe du Hoc. It was given Lieutenant George Kirshner of the 2nd Rangers, who preserved it. I colored the big gun positions red for easy visibility. Note that the comment under the scale remarks that casemates are under construction for guns 4 and 5. The map indicates that shelters are already in place for guns 1 and 2, and the shelter for gun number 3 is under construction. The degree of accuracy that the photo interpreters achieved is remarkable. Although counterattacks continued throughout the day and Ranger losses mounted with each successful repulse, the advance inland continued. So before 8:15 in the morning, the Pointe du Hoc strong point was secure, and the roadblock cutting the coastal road that linked the coastal towns was in operation. But the 5 cannon were still not accounted for. With the serendipity unusual in war, that same morning, 2 Rangers en route to the roadblock found the 5 French 155mm field pieces less than a mile from the coast in a narrow, tree-sheltered lane where their field of fire could have been only the Juno Beach and its offshore. Although close by, the men of Army Coast Artillery Unit number 1260 were not at their posts around the guns, for the rangefinders and target tractors at the cliff edge had been captured. Consequently, the 2 Rangers, although they approached and worked stealthily, made the 5 guns inoperable in short order by smashing their optical sighting mechanisms and by fusing their traversing and elevating gear trains into solidly welded metal with silent thermite grenades. So by 9 a.m., the 2 missions had been accomplished. The Rangers manned their roadblock for 2 full days, and at the same time repelled numerous artillery-supported German counterattacks attempting to recapture the Pointe du Hoc high ground. When relieved on 9 June, 3/4 of their number had been killed or wounded. Their bravery and service to the cause of freedom was recognized by the French government that erected a monument to their achievements on the roof of this large artillery command and observation bunker and in 1979 turned the site over to the United States. The simple, rough-surfaced, sharply angled granite shaft is flanked by low tablets recounting in French and English the valor of the 2nd Ranger Battalion.